welcome back. So today you join me on the River Tamar. We are fishing the Plymouth side, not the Salt Ash side, just up from the Tamar bridge. Lovely quiet little spot, looks a bit like a lake at the minute. We are fishing high to low water today. Yeah. Right, so rigs. Obviously we're going to go for the 5-foot pulley panels with the pair of size 5s. Thank you again for watching, guys. The last video done really well. Big ups to all the new subscribers as well. You know, doing bits for the channel. Oosh oosh. I feel like if you haven't joined the army yet, press the subscribe button. And yeah, join us on our mission to catch some monsters. Obviously, where we're fishing now, the Tamar is known for its absolute monster congers and bass. So hopefully we can pull one of them two out today. I'm going to be fishing crab and worm on one rod and full mackerel on the other. So I'm just going to clip these up, get them baited out, and then I'll bring it back and we'll have a little chat. See you in a bit. Well, like I said before, there's the pulley panel with a pair of size 5s. And yeah, we're going to bang this one out now. We have got 4 days. It is Thursday. So I'm going to be fishing really hard over the next 4 days. Hopefully get your monster out. Let's get this one out and see how it goes. Righty, right. Gosh. Right. That's one rod set. It's going to be a very hot day today. I think I didn't bring sun cream, so my wife's going to have a go at me. I don't know why I'm whispering. It's just because it's really early in the morning. It's about 6 o'clock. So yeah. That's the first bait out. If you have fished the Tamar before, you'll know it's very, very deep. And there's going to be a big tide, so hopefully the leads will hold. If not, I'll probably just fish one rod, but I'm going to put 2 out. I'm going to put the second one out now with a bit of crab and a bit of worm, and hopefully we can either get a nice bass or a elusive gilt, because I've never had a gilt before, so very buzzing. Like I was saying before, I have actually got a couple of days off work, so I'll be fishing 4 days. 4 days fish out. So I'm buzzing for that. Just gonna make another rig up quick. We are back down Brixham tonight after the conger eels, just because it's closer to home and I have to go and pick up some wire traces. So, but we are going to do a day session here. See if we can't land ourselves a nice fish for the camera. If not, you get to take in the scenery. I get to not worry about being at work, which is ideal. So, we're going to get this one set up, cast out, hopefully get a fish, and then I'll bring you back in a bit. Right, that's both rods out. On the other rod I am fishing blacks to start with, and then I'll be putting some live crab on. When I say blacks I just mean black lug. They come wrapped in newspaper. Normally get about 10 in a wrap. They're good for bass, cod, flounder, anything really. So hopefully we can get something on that today. Oh, so basically I've got a 4-day, like I said before, 4-day window for fishing. So we're going to try and get like 4 or 5 venues in. Hopefully show you some fish. If not, I mean, I'm pretty sure we will. But I will be trying for the mullet on Sunday. But yeah, we're officially fishing. Like I said, we're on the Tamar down in Plymouth, which holds some really big fish. So hopefully we'll get one. I'm gonna have a quick coffee. So there's a bit of a rush setting up, so it's a mess here. So I'm gonna have a bit of a tidy, and then hopefully I'll bring it back and we've got a bit of action. Fish on. See you in a bit. Well, unfortunately, not a bite, but you know, can't complain. Weather, lovely location. I just spoke to a local called Lee. We're actually going to meet up with him next time I come down and have a quick fish. Big ups to him, subscribed and all that. We're going to pack down now, go get a couple hours sleep because I haven't slept since 12. And then hopefully bring you back and we'll have do a bit of conger fishing this evening. So yeah, gonna pack down, jump in the motor, I'll bring you back when I'm on brixham. So, showered, washed, slept, went to the Golden Gates, good old smackers, belly's full. So we are gonna, just coming up to 7 o'clock, just been and picked up some wide chases with some 10-0 hooks on. Hopefully we can get into some congers today. As promised, with that back down on brixham. I'm going to put the feathers out because I've only got a few frozen baits. So hopefully we can get some fresh stuff to boost the chances. I mean, they both work the same, but a bit of fresh blood in the water can't hurt, can it? So, oots in the boots and that. Right, what am I going to do first? Right, just thread this one on. Just line this eyes up. You know, I'm starting to fall in love with this camera. Because whenever anyone's fishing, or there's a big group of people, and you pull it out and start talking to yourself, they seem to run away. Which is ideal for me. But now, yeah, this rock mark's actually turned into, this rock mark is actually turned into a bit of a lifesaver today, because as you can probably see, the skies are blue, but the sun is actually behind the cliff, so we are in the shade. Probably got about another 2.5, 3 hours of the old current burn, and then hopefully we can get into some big congers. And now I've got some wide chases, I don't mind putting them out, because the worst thing you want to happen is to hook into a really nice 20-pound conger and then it bites straight through your trace. So yeah, we've got a good chance of landing a big one tonight. So I'm really happy. Really happy I went and got them. I actually got them from a guy in Brixham called Chris. If anyone wants his number, let me know. He done me 500-pound wire traces with 10-0 hooks, all crimped, ready to go. In fact, wait then. Push. That's how they come. Obviously in the packet, size of that hooklet. Proper meaty, that one. Yeah, so that's literally ready to clip on. Just a single lead. Cast it out into the rocks and pray you don't lose it. But yeah, 5 of them ready to go. I think it was £10. But you can't argue with that, can you? Saves you a lot of time, especially when if you don't know how to make wide chases. I've not looked into it, but I wanted to get out congering. I didn't have time to go shops. So we will bang that on in a minute. I'm just gonna put some feathers on, have a few casts, get some fish, hopefully. If not, we'll rig the rods up, put some frozen baits on, and fish into the darkness. Right then, see you in a bit. Right, got a bit of feather bashing for some bait. See if I can't get straight into it. Feeling pretty confident. Look at the bottom. Oh, and there's Mr. Seal right on cue. If he gets close, I'll try and get a video of him. Hopefully we don't have to wait for the tide to come up too far. We can get into some mackerel. So we've got some nice fresh bait. Like I was saying, there's nothing better than a fresh bit of scent in the water. Quite deep out there. No. Right. Well, I'll have one more cast. If I don't get any, I'll keep trying. And if we land a few fresh baits, I'll bring you back. And I will show them to the camera, because I know a lot of people don't like to show things like mackerel and dogfish and things. But lately, I've been speaking to a few of the viewers, and there are a lot of children watching and liking my videos. And you know, to them a fish is a fish. They just like to see them flapping around on the screen. So, on that note, I'll have a few more casts, and then I'll bring you back if you get some. Well, looks like the the seal has ruined the mackerel fishing for a minute. In all fairness, oh, lovely blacks. These are the blacks I was talking about earlier, nice and sticky. I've got a few little bits of bait left, so we're going to make a few. I've got one rod ready to go, so we're going to bang a bit of bait on there as the tide comes up a bit, because it is like nearly low water and the seal's just bobbing around out there. So if he manoeuvres off and the tide comes in, hopefully we can get into some mackerel, so we can get some fresh bait for the conger. If not, we've still got fish bait, so it doesn't really matter, but it would probably be nice and beneficial for us to have. But we're not going to let that get us down. There's actually 2 of them now just flapping around on the surface, but you know, they've got more right to be here than me, I suppose. Right. Yeah, so I'm going to put a peeler crab on. So black lug peeler crab wrap. If you don't know how to peeler. I did do it in my last video at Brixham, so if you want to pop over to that one and have a quick look. I'm not going to do it again because obviously it entails of pulling the crab apart, and I don't want to do that too many times because I know it's not nice for some people to watch, even though it's part of fishing. You know, if I don't have to show it, I'm only going to show it a few times, you know. Right, bang. There you have it. Nice peeler crab and black lug wrap. So I'm going to cast that out now. Maybe a smooth hound, hopefully. They are about, so if they do come in this bay, or a smooth hound or a nice big bass, just engulf that in one and we'll get it back. I do apologise as well if I keep sniffing like in a video. Obviously hay fever season. The tablet seems to get rid of the tickle and the Gert sneezes, but yeah, it seems to just like make my sinuses really small, so I struggle to breathe, so it sounds like I'm sniffing all the time. So yeah, I haven't got any disabilities or special needs or anything. Not that it would be bad if I did, just to let you know that is the cause. So I'm going to back this one out. I'm going to set the other rod up as well. I'm going to keep it set up with the feathers, so hopefully we can get some fresh baits before dark. If not, I'll change them both over to the wire traces and we'll try and get in amongst some conger eels. Anyway, in a bit. Gosh. Right, so I've just been sat there watching the rods. I've done a few mackerel jumps, so I'm going to have another attempt. Let's hope, fingers crossed, we can get ourselves some bait without cracking off. Always pays while you're fishing to watch the water, and you'll see when the mackerel are around, if they're being chased, they'll jump, so that that's your chance to hopefully get a few casts in and land some. Obviously, just before this, I landed a few, so we've got a few for bait. So I just want to try and get some on the camera. For the viewers at home, because we are trying to make a video, and there you go, bosh, straight into them. Oh, fish on, fish on. Ooh. There's got to be a couple on here, I reckon. Ooh. At least 3. Ooh. Should be pulling. Oh, go on. Whoa. There you have it. Fresh bait. Like I said, if you're into eating mackerel, I mean, that there, get yourselves down to Brixham, because that fish there is an eater. He's got to be a pound at least. I might even weigh it just to check. Right, I'm going to get these unhooked quickly. Get these unhooked in the bait pile. A few more casts, and then yeah, phase 1 complete. Now we're just got to land ourselves a conger. Right then, just to put it in perspective, if you want to get down here and get yourself some eaters, Can you read that? 1 pound. 1 pound, 4 ounces. Yeah. 1 pound, 4 ounces. Oh. Oh. There he is. 1 pound, 4 ounces. Absolute beast of a mackerel. Right. So I'm going to take that one home to eat. The rest I'm going to use as bait. So I'm going to get the rigs made up now. I'll bring you back and I'll show you them. And then I'll show you how I put my bait on. It's really simple. It's literally, I just put it on the hook. No elastic or nothing. And then, yeah, within about an hour, we should be, fingers crossed, pulling into some congers. See you in a bit. Getting rig ready just before dawn. Here we have our wire trace, 1 metre long. I'd normally use half of this, but you only had the metre long ones. I usually get the 30 centimetre ones. These ones are good for sure. But literally all I'm going to add to this is, I call it strimming wire. Some people call it 150 pound leader. Just going to tie this on. I find with the thicker the leader, the less turns you do in your knots, and they seem to pull down and hold a lot better. Literally, I turned that twice. Strong. Don't forget, wrigglers, best scissors in the world. This is a 150 pound leader, like butter. Absolutely beautiful. And I am starting to go blind, so it does help me on the rocks. Right, and then onto there, I'm going to put my trusty little box of gifts. A clip swivel. One clip swivel. Slide it over. I'm only using about, it'll probably end up being about 4 inches. Because with what you'll find is when you're conger fishing, you sort of want to know as soon as they pick up the bait. So usually I'll fix a fixed lead, but at the minute I've got clips on and I don't want to cut them off because I like to clip my rods before I put them away. So all I'm going to do is daggedy da. What have I got on that one? A clip, haven't I? So yeah, just another swivel. Obviously, yeah, so I'd normally have, this would only be 30 centimetres. And then it'd be fixed lead. We are changing it a little bit today just because we've got to deal with what we're given. So yeah, and then we've got about literally 4 to 3 inches of rig body. And I've just gone round that 5 times. So 1, 2, just 2 through the loop, lube her up, give her a pull. And there you have it. Literally that tiny little bit, and up there, your lead will clip straight onto there. Then you've got your wide trace here. To be fair, normally I'll probably just cut that down and just recrimp it. But where we're fishing, we're actually fishing like a reef onto sand, so it's not so bad. So if you do get a fish, you have got a little bit of time to hook it before it goes into the rocks. Places like the Tamar, things like that. I mean, you'll get a bite and within, I don't know, say, if you miss it, within 5 to 10 seconds, your rig will be lost in the rocks. Sometimes they just take the hook in. So if you give them some slack, what you'll do is, like, if you give a load of slack and wait, and you see your line moving, they come out and they're trying to swim off, and you might get your rig back. 9 times out of 10 you don't. So we're going to go with it. If we lose a few fish, I'll cut them down, make them smaller, try and improve our chances. But yeah, if not, is what it is. So I am going to put a mackerel on. Yeah, I'll cut it on camera. So there you go, guys. That's the sort of mackerel we're after. That one there's probably about 4 or 5 ounces. Nice small one. And literally, all I'm going to do is put this circle through the back of the head, or up through the top, like so. Literally, that is it. What I will do is with the knife, I'll cut a diagonal, like 3/4 of the way down, just so the blood and the guts are hanging out the bottom. Obviously, if there are vegans watching, I'm not going to do it live, but literally about 3/4 of the way down, I'll cut a diagonal slant in it, just so it lets the blood out and makes it easier for the fish to take in. But a conger will swallow that down in seconds, no problem, even if I cast it out like that. Well, I don't like to leave the tails on, because if there is quite a bit of tide, you'll find the bait spins, and yeah, it causes all kind of problems. All your rigging that gets tangled up. But yeah, there you go, big boy baits. So I'm going to cut the tail off of that. Well, I'm going to leave it for a minute. I'm going to wait for it to get dark. As soon as it gets dark, cut the tail off, fling it out. I'm going to fish one about 40 yards and one about 20. See which one gets the first bite, and whichever one does, then we'll match it with the other rod. Bob's your uncle. And on that note, I'm going to carry on fishing. I'm going to put a couple more crab baits out, just in case there is a bass, just before it gets dark. So yeah, in a bit. Right, so I've found a little rock to sit on. Story time with Connor. No, I'm joking. So it's that time of the evening. We've got the rowers. They're just about to come through now. Just heading in from their day out on the old boat skinies. The rowing thing. Just put a fresh mackerel on both rods. I decided to keep the 5-foot pulley on the other rod, just so I can hit it out a bit further. Maybe land a nice bullass, something like that. About 20-30 foot, I've literally just dropped that fresh bit of mackerel in that you seen me bait up earlier in the previous video. So yeah, just waiting for darkness now. Gonna fish a couple hours after dark. Tide's just started dropping. I mean, if the fishing really kicks off, then I'll stay for a while, but obviously it's still a bit early in the year. So it can either be really good or really bad. I'm sure we all figure it out. Alright, I've got some paddle boarders coming through now, so I'm just gonna have to move my rods, I reckon. See you in a bit. I don't know if that was me. Well, I hope it wasn't me. If it wasn't me, that was the conger rod. I think it just had a bite. Moved around a little bit. If it was, that was on cue, that. It's the far rod. Just watch it for a quick minute. I was just about to check the bait on the other rod. Do a quick bait up, because we're being realistic, guys. This is really what fishing is. Reeling in, baiting up, casting out. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, that's what I enjoy doing. But that's the reality of it. So you get a fish. There's no point just showing the good bits when you're doing really well. Because you've got to understand why people get so excited when they actually catch one. It's mainly due to the fact is that you don't catch it as often as you think. People do make it look easy sometimes. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it is easy. You get some days, you just turn up, catch your rod in. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's ming. Oh, I've picked up a sea anemone. Don't know if they're poisonous. See, look, it's a giant load of snot. I'll get that back in the water. Sure it'll live. Yeah, well there you go. See, we haven't blanked the caught a sea anemone. An anemone? One of them. Wherever Nemo says. Bait's hardly been touched. So we're not getting problems by the crabs, which is a bonus. Obviously this is the pulley panel rod. But yeah, I thought I'd just bring you back for a quick bait up. Because I mean there's loads of bait there, but I might as well just put some more on. I'm going to actually put some sand eels on this one. Four or five sand eels. Just to use them up, because I bought them anyway, they're defrosted now so they can't go back in the freezer. So I'm going to do the freezer baits on one rod, just to use them up so they're not wasted. Give them a little snippety snip, tails off. And I keep the heads on. Just for length of the bait really, because I'm using 2 hooks on this rig. But I hope, a minute ago, that was a knock on the conger rod. If we can get one nice and early, that means we might be able to get 3 or 4, 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, or maybe not even one. We can only dream. So there you go, look. Bind 4 eels together, as you do. Grab your hooks. Oh. Obviously, a lot of you have seen me do this before, some of you haven't. Just messed that right up. Hook proud for the bottom of the bait. Whip, whip, whip. Nay, 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 nay. How they do in the club. It's getting night time now, so we're going to get a freak on. Oh. Well, that should do it. That should do it. Right, get our panel hook. Once, twice, round, then through the top of the bait. Pull the bottom hook. So then the bait sits nice and straight on the rig. Obviously, clip it down. Oh, I've got more. Must have got a whole family of them. And then an enemy. A little pocket. Oh, slop. Pockets of snot, look. Bless them. By catch. Right. So yeah, we're going to clip this one down quickly now. Slang it out. I mean, this video is probably going to be a lot of just talking. But I'm cool, aren't I? That's why you all come and watch me, really. You don't even like the fish. That's what we all like to think, isn't it? Right. Slack up a little bit. Obviously, a lot of you watch this, some of you don't. You're new. We've got a lead there with an imp on it. Hook goes onto the imp. Obviously, when it hits the water, splashes down, kicks the bait away from the lead, allowing your pulley system to work. 101. Pulley 101. we're going to send this one out a bit further. Not a lot further, just a little bit further. Try and pick up a fish. There you have it. Feel it. Feel your line to the bottom. You don't let out a big blow. Once it hits the bottom, reel down. Oh, fish on. No, there you go. Tighten her up and stand. Let it like it on. Click. Click. Sound effects. Do you like them? Right. And then, that's it. Well, so now I'm going to sit here on my own. I'm going to jump into some mini Scotch eggs. I'm feeling a bit hungry. Maybe a couple of sausage rolls. Keep an eye on the rods for the next few hours in the dark. And yeah, that's it. That's fishing. I mean, it's relaxing, isn't it? You can do your stuff. I mean, if you like reading books, you can read books. I'm probably going to make some rigs because I'm fishing all weekend. So I'll make a few up, whack them in the rig wallet so I don't have to keep faffing around. So I'll let them soak for about, there's not a lot of crabs today, so I'll let them soak for about half an hour, 40 minutes. If we don't get anything, but there's still bait on there, we are going to change it because we've got a load of bait to use. It can't go back in the freezer. And obviously we've got a lot of the fresh stuff we got. I can always take that back and put it in the freezer. Ready for tomorrow's session. I think I might be hitting Torquay in the daytime. Maybe Plymouth seafront in the evening. All depends, but yeah, maybe the Plymouth letters. If not, we'll be fishing somewhere and there will be a video. We might not have any fish in it, but there'll be a video. If anything, we caught a near specimen. I just checked on the specimen chart for my club. And a specimen mackerel was £1.8. So it was only 4 ounces away from being a specimen fish. Which actually ain't that bad. You know what I mean? As a mackerel fishing goes, it's actually a good fish. Probably should have weighed it in. But I do only like to try and weigh just specimen fishing really. Either just on specimen or over. Not that it matters, you can weigh fishing under, but it's just what I like to do. That's what I'm going to try and do. I've only been doing it for about 3 or 4 months. There is a competition this Sunday, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to do it. My wife's going to Paris, so I'll have to go and pick her up from the airport. Husband duties. Anyway, I'm going to crack on, have some food, grab a drink and that. And then hopefully bend into a conger. Right, so I keep looking behind me like that because there's birds and they take me, oh, need swallow, they take me sweet off, man. So yeah, anyway, see you in a bit. Right, I don't know if you can see, but I've just had some really big pull downs on the conger rod. So darkness has kicked in, the fish have turned up. Hopefully, it is a big bait, so I'm not going to hit it straight away. We'll let it try and hit the whole bait. Yeah, still like that. There's Heart's going a little bit. Is this going to be the first conger of the night? I'm just going to go over here, so if it does pull, I can pick it up out the rock. Right. Hopefully that one swims back out of the rocks. I'm pretty sure that's a really big conger. Literally smashed the bait 3 or 4 times, picked up to feel for it, and it's jammed me in. So I'm going to leave it with some slack line. Hopefully pulls me out the rocks. Obviously that was on the big mackerel as well, so usually they play around with it for a bit. But now that one just snatched it. Which in my head means it's a big fish. He's wedged himself in the rocks. I mean, it might swim out, it might not. We'll give it 10-15 minutes. What I'm going to do is get this rod in now, put some fresh bait on, because it looks like the congers are in. Ooh, big. God, my heart was going in. We've got the seals are still splashing around, just chilling out there on their backs. Right. Get this one in short as well. Oh, we've got another one of them. Oh, we've got some whelks this time. Slippery limpets and whelks. Right. So, I'm going to get fresh bait and mackerel on this one. Oh, I can't believe it. Shaking. Absolute belter of bite, right? Hopefully I don't lose it. If I do, I do. Not much you can do about it. That's just part of conger fishing, really. Next time I'll just be quicker and I'll just hit it straight away. But we learn from our mistakes. Get this bit of bait out there. I've been throwing the old bits of bait just in close as well. See if we can get them in. It's clearly worked. I don't want to swear, but yeah, a little bit disheartened. Not gonna lie. Literally just cutting the mackerel in half, putting the hooks in it, and just flicking it out. Not putting any elastic on or nothing like that. We've got about 7 mackerel left, so should be enough bait. Hopefully we can get that one out. This one here, I'm just going to put the panel in. Same way. Lob it out. That one there was out. 25 yards if that. So sorry if I'm blinding you with the camera. Bit all over the place at the minute. Here's our one. Right. Gonna get this one out as well. Fishing in the dark is wicked because you can't see. But we have got a lot of lights, so I'm going to fit ourselves. The only problem is with this rig, I should probably put a wire on it, but oh well, we'll see. See if we can get us a big fish. I'll flick this one out. I'll check that one. If it still hasn't come out, I'll just crack it off, I think. Quickly put a new rig on. Out. Got a bait there made up anyway, so it shouldn't take me too long. Obviously conger fishing, I'm losing a lot of gear, unfortunately. That's just the way it is. Right. Well, I'm going to check that one. I might have to crack it off. If not, I'll bring it back and there might be a fish on it. See you in a bit. Right. Unfortunately, yeah, we cracked off. So next time, what I'm going to do is, if I do get a big bite like that, I'm not going to try and scramble for the camera. I'm just going to hit the fish straight away and hopefully I can get the fish in to show you guys. Really gutted that I lost that. I mean, could have been £4, could have been £10, I don't know. But I mean, the way it just bent straight over, lodged me in the rocks. We'll never know. But if I catch a conger with 2 traces in its mouth, then we'll find out. But yeah. Right, anyway, I'm going to fish hard. Hopefully next time you come back I'll have a conger reel. Looks like it could happen. Right, see you in a bit. Whew. Right. Basically, just lost another one. Oh, yeah, literally. I was just finishing my sausage rolls. All I had was zzz, reel went, turned around, it was bent over, so I ran over, picked it up, locked me up again. I'm not sure if it's the long traces. I think it is the long traces. It's just giving them too much time. So they're picking the bait up and moving off before I'm getting the indication. And by that time, they're in the right. It was definitely on there because I had the rod in full bend and I could feel it slowly pulling down, like nodding, where it's backing up into the hole. So I've gone down to 1 rod now, so I can just pay a bit more attention. And I'm going to try not to do anything apart from watch the rod. I've not got the drag on either, so it can't take any line. That's all I can think to do. I just keep losing all the fish. So if that doesn't work, I don't know what will. Hopefully we can get another bite and actually land a fish. But it's definitely eels. They're notorious for it. That's why earlier I was talking about the shorter hook lengths with fixed lead. Because as soon as they're on that bait and they take it, you have to hit them. Otherwise, they'll find the smallest hole they can and they'll hide in it. Unfortunately, I haven't gone back today, but I will definitely be coming back to this spot for a conger because with my other rigs, because the bites are just mad. So, you know, they're not small fish. The small fish, you can tell, they're really rattly. You know, these ones are like bang, bosh, and that's it. Just smash you up straight away. So if we don't get one tonight, hopefully we get one tonight, but if we don't get one tonight, I think I might pop back here very soon and try and pull one out. Tomorrow night I might pop down Plymouth, try and get one out down there. You get a lot more down there, but a lot of them are small. So you end up having to like catch about 10 before you get a good one. Fingers crossed we get one. If not, it's what it is. We will be back out and on it again. Right, so I'm going to fish hard. I'm going to give it another hour because we're losing quite a bit of water now. And then, yeah. Well, that's that. Right, in a bit. Right, famous last cast. Still a bit gutted that I lost those 2 fish, but it's what it is. That's what keeps us coming back. So the mystery of the monsters have got away. So I will upload this video tonight when I get home. This is going to be the last cast, but you never know. A lot can happen on the last cast. If nothing happens, this will be the end of the video. So yeah, brought you along on my first first day off fishing adventure. I'm going to get a few hours shut eye, get all my gear in order, have a good wash in that, and then start fresh tomorrow. I'm going to hit somewhere in the morning again, not sure where yet, maybe Torquay area, and then got to pop and see a couple of friends because I haven't seen their little baby yet. So big ups to Cameron, going and see his little man, Cameron and Beth, and then yeah, have a bite to eat there, and then maybe fish Plymouth or somewhere around there. Saturday I might head up to the big beach, Chesil Beach, for like the afternoon / evening. Do the evening up there, stop me going out on the beers, and then Sunday I'm going to do a bit of mullet fishing. I think I got a friend Tim coming with his son, so his son wants to learn how to do a bit of casting. So yeah, we'll try and get that on camera, I reckon. See how he feels. Well, if he wants to, you know what I mean. He is young, so he wants to show us his bit of casting, and you never know. Put a lure on there, he might catch us a fish as well. So yeah, don't catch anything. As always, if I don't see you before, I'll see you after, and if not, I'll see you on the bank. See you in a bit.